Hi folks, Chris here. A little Chris trivia for you. I'm a paraplegic, and that means that I'm paralyzed from about the middle of my chest down. If I were paralyzed any higher than what I am, I'd be a quadriplegic, which means I wouldn't be able to use my hands. Just a little FYI there for you. And I'm telling you that because I want to tell you a story. And this has nothing to do with religion, by the way. But I want to tell you a little story. And I think you'll like it. When I was about 6 years old, my mom took me downtown to get my school uniform. You know, the stupid looking little jacket and the fucked up little tie and all that shit. So we get on the bus, we go downtown, and we go to J.C. Penney's, which is a big store, you know. And we go inside and we get ready to take the elevator up to the fucked up uniforms for kids floor. And the door's open, and there's this woman standing there, and she's got this little boy who looks like he's about my age. And he's got leg braces on all the way up to his hips, and he's standing there on crutches. Kid's handicapped. I had never seen a handicapped person before in all my life, and it freaked me totally out. So I kind of moved forward as if to say something to this kid. Well, my mother, who was a really sweet, polite lady, grabbed me and pulled me back and very quietly said, "Don't say anything, you'll make him feel bad." So that kind of freaked me out, and it made me a little nervous about the kid. I mean, I didn't want to look at him anymore. As a matter of fact, without knowing what she was doing, my mother put a wall between me and every handicapped person on earth. Yeah. She didn't mean to, but she instilled a prejudice in me. And it was one that lasted me the rest of my life. And the reason I'm telling you about this is because when I got hurt, I remember being wheeled into rehab, into this room with this whole bunch of guys. And all these guys were as messed up as I was. You know, some of them maybe a little bit more. And I'm sitting there in this wheelchair, all trussed up like a Thanksgiving turkey. And the first thing that popped into my mind was, oh shit, don't look at him. You'll make him feel bad. How do you like that shit? Yeah, here was me in my wheelchair, in the same shape they were in, but I was so programmed to think that way that I, sickly thought, don't say anything, you'll make them feel bad. How fucked up is that? My point is this. My opinion about Christian and Muslim indoctrination of children is pretty low. I think people who indoctrinate their children into religions need to have their fucking head examined. To put a fear into a child like that is a crime. And a lot of people that I care a lot about have done that. I still care about them, because I know they don't know any better. But I want to put this into as many people's minds as I possibly can. When you're out with your little kid, and he or she sees a handicapped person, don't say, don't look at him. Don't say anything to them. Honestly, it's not you teaching them to be polite. It's you putting a prejudice in their minds. that's going to stick with them for the rest of their lives. I'm asking you, as a paraplegic, because I'm telling you that when I go to the store, I go in my big power wheelchair, you know, and I have had women drag their kids away from me as though I'm some kind of a monster. And the look on those little kids' faces, the terrified look, it just pisses me off so bad, you know. So I'm asking everybody out there who's my friend to recognize that there's one more prejudice out there. And it's a prejudice that many people don't realize is there. But there it is. You know, blind people, you know, amputees, the mentally handicapped, the developmentally handicapped, deaf people, people in wheelchairs. I don't give a shit who you are, you know. You don't want to see a parent dragging a child away from you because you're trying to make them be polite. It's not polite. It's fucking rude. I would rather have a child come up to me and say, "Hey, what happened to you? Why are you in that wheelchair?" Then I can talk to him. Then I can explain it to him. I've done that a bunch of times. As a matter of fact, I do public speaking at the local schools. I talk to the kids about, you know, what it's like to be different. And you should see the look on those kids' faces when I explain to them what happened to me, the look of understanding. And I let them ask me all those questions that, you know, their parents would just scream and run if they heard them asking. How do you go to the toilet? How do you put your clothes on in the morning? That's great. Because with every question and every answer, the wheelchair kind of fades away a little bit more into the background. And pretty soon all the kid can see is me. You know? I mean, I'm not kidding myself. I don't think that, you know, for 1 minute anybody, including me, is going to forget that I'm handicapped. But what I want is understanding. I want parents to let their kids have that understanding. So the next time your kid sees someone with a handicap, take your kid up to that person and ask that person, "Is it okay if my child asks you some questions about your handicap?" And watch and see how delighted that person is, unless they're an asshole. And if they are, fuck them. You'll find somebody else that's like me. Don't give up. This is your chance to start a whole new generation of people who don't have that prejudice. And if you do that for me, I'll consider it a big favor, and so will your kids. Thanks a lot. Thanks for listening.